Everyone, my name is Marek, and I'm a coach who specializes in helping men make their impact in personal and professional relationships. And today I'd like to discuss an idea that I got from reading this book over here called The Nudge. And the idea is this, is that whenever we, as imperfect human beings, are presented with a lot of choices, our tendency is to get overwhelmed and walk away. And so one of the best things to do in those cases, whenever we get overwhelmed, is to have some kind of a default choice that works most of the time for us to pick to be able to continue the process. And a good example of that is retirement planning. If you go to your standard Vanguard.com website, an average retirement planning website, Vanguard.com, you see thousands and thousands of retirement choices. And I consider myself a pretty smart person. I'm sure you are too. But even for me, that's overwhelming. And so my tendency is to say, wow, too many choices. I feel overwhelmed. Let me come back when I have some time to think about it. And guess what happens? We never come back. And that's what the retirement industry found, is that people walk away because they get overwhelmed. And so what they found is that the best thing for them to do is just to get them going on the retirement planning and be able to invest in retirement is give each person a default choice that they cannot go wrong with. And what they found is that when you present that default choice to an average user, they're far more likely to click on it and sign up for a retirement plan. And in the long run, that person is always better off because of the power of the compound interest. And later on, they can go back and make adjustments. But the key thing is to get them started, and to get them started as early as possible so they can reap the benefits of the compound interest. And that made me wonder, well, how can I apply that concept to personal and professional relationships? And I reflected on people who made the biggest impact on me, both personally and professionally. And that's what I'd like you to do. Think about who is it in your life that make the biggest impact in your personal and professional relationships. And in my case, and I'm sure as is in your case, there's a lot of different people, but I think that, at least for me, the common denominator in all these folks are people who saw something in me, saw something positive in me that even I didn't believe at the time. Essentially, they complimented me. And even those compliments took a while to take root. And I might have ignored those people, and I might have walked away from them. Grow they did, and take root they did. And that they made a tremendous impact in my life. And I am eternally grateful for those folks for pointing those things out to me that I didn't even believe at the time. And so what better way to make an impact in personal professional relationship than give a genuine compliment? And I'm not saying making everybody a winner. That's not the case at all. A good example for me is seeing that in action just about every week now is going to Toastmasters. And Toastmasters, for those who don't know what that is, it's a public speaking club where people go on a weekly basis for about 1 hour to get better at public speaking. And I think most of the people know that public speaking for an average person is something that they're very afraid of. And I'm talking from personal experience. In fact, some people prefer to die, are more afraid of death than public speaking. And again, from my personal experience, I can totally relate to that sentiment. But the thing that just blows my mind is seeing people come into the club and in just a matter of months, making huge leaps and bounds in their public speaking ability. And the only thing I can point to is just everybody being so positive, clapping after anybody says anything, or whenever you give feedback on a speech, vast majority of that feedback is positive. And then just at the end, maybe saying a couple of small things that they can tweak. And the impact is tremendous. So my friends, what other better way to impact the personal professional relationships than to give a genuine compliment? So my question to you is, my friends, is how often do you compliment a day? Is it 1 time a day, 2 times a day, 10 times a day? And whatever that number is, how can you do it more often? Because what you find is the more you do it, the more you feel better about yourself, because that helps you to spot the miracles that might have been hidden to you in plain sight. And also, you just never know what seed you might plant in the other person. And I tell you, when you find out that you are the person that planted that seed, it's going to make all the difference. It's going to make you feel extremely special. So until next time, God bless, and talk to you guys soon.